Welcome back to another episode. Hunter counting down in Spanish will never get old. We have the NFL episode this week. A lot of stuff happened. Starting on Thursday night, we can get right into it. We had Jackson Dart and Cam Scattaboo taking down the mighty Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the Eagles offense looked like a shell of itself as it has all season. I think Hunter will comment on this a bit more. OC, not really fitting right now in Philadelphia, and they didn't look too good.
Yeah, the Eagles, and I think this correlates similar to the Penn State talk we were just having as well. It's not just our coaching. Our team is not looking good. AJ Brown coming up short on passes. Hurts overthrowing Smith on a wide open, easy touchdown that could have changed the shift of the game. He had his first interception of the year just on a bad throw. It was tipped. But it wasn't the greatest throw from Hurts. So Hurts hasn't been looking that great either. So I can't fully put it on.
Yeah, not even a top 32 quarterback.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Hater of Daniel Jones. Now he's saying Daniel Jones is better.
Daniel Jones is better than Jalen Hurts. Accurate.
This season, yes.
I will stand by. We are playing bad. We're not a bad team. I think that we are not living up to our expectations at all. I think this is a preview or kind of a sequel of what happened to us in the beginning of the year last year as well, the year we won the Super Bowl. We started out 2-2, went into the bye, came back hungry as crap, and just absolutely dominated the rest of the season. I'm really hoping that we get our stuff together for after the bye, because it's been looking horrendous. There has been zero cohesion between anyone on the team. Offensive line is not doing their job this year, even though we had some injuries a little bit, but they have just not been able to create the gaps that they were creating for Saquon last year. And our run game has not been getting going, which opened up our offense passing last year, because every time we did an RPO, Smith or AJ Brown was just wide open one-on-one down the line. So it's been looking really bad. One guy that's been looking pretty good and cohesive with Hurts, I will say, is Goddard. I think Goddard has been doing a great job for us, kind of catching those balls over the middle when Hurts is getting rushed on. And then our defense, we've had some bad injuries. We've had games where some of our players have been spitting on others and getting ejected. So we've been missing some players for some of the games, but our cornerback 2 position is just god awful. They can't cover anyone. Adoree Jackson and Keely Ringo, both bad players, really showing that we shouldn't have dropped and let go of Isaiah Rodgers. And I think that he's going to show us that this week when we play the Vikings. But yeah, the Eagles, great game from the Giants. I will say they capitalized on all of our mistakes. Cam Scattaboo specifically capitalized on all of our mistakes. The interception we had, AJ Dillon had the fumble. So yeah, all in all, bad game from the Eagles. And last thing I'll say is we need to get our stuff together on special teams. We brought in Tank Bigsby, paid two picks for him, and dude has no idea how to return a football. Sorry, that was my little Eagles rant.
No, it was a good rant, all to just say they're not good, summarized. There you go. Dude, I'm just being real. Like, all the excuses he made, okay, you're not a good team. All right, there you go. At least not right now. I'm sorry.
That's what I said. We're not playing well. We're playing bad. We're not a bad team.
Yeah, so I would go along those lines. The Eagles, I think what's not being talked about enough, I think, is what you were saying, and you glanced over it in your long rant, but that secondary, after the first cornerback, I don't think that's just a fix-it thing. Like, no. I don't know if you have the personnel to fix it.
We do not have the personnel to fix it.
So even when you guys start, let's just say, playing well, even on offense or whatever, that is still something that can hinder you from winning a title if you don't fix it and create it, whatever. So I just want to point that out. Because they're just not good.
That's a great call out. Something that we've been doing that Vic Fangio never does is Quinion has been traveling. we used to never have our corners travel. And Quignon's been on the number one guy all year long because our second cornerbacks are awful and they
They're
can't
bad.
guard anything. So that's something like I totally agree. I think that's our biggest downfall is our cornerbacks, and any wide receiver that's lined up against Keely or Adoree Jackson is going to put up 80+ yards.
Also, you said that, and they're playing. We're talking about their secondary problems. The two wide receivers that they were covering in their secondary were Wan'Dale Robinson and I don't even know who else was playing for the Giants.
Yeah, they can't even cover
Slayton
the nobody.
was hurt.
Slayton was hurt.
What was the other dude's name?
They had some Jalen Hyatt played quite a bit.
Hyatt played. There was another guy too.
It was Bo something. I didn't recognize.
I forget him.
So
at all.
We have to move on, but I think it's one of those things where if the Eagles, and I know you guys as fans have the aspirations to be Super Bowl contenders again, that has to be fixed in one capacity or another. That's not the offense's fault. And the offense hasn't looked great, but that is not the offense's fault. So,
well, I think it's a little offensive fault because our defense, if you really watch the games, they'll hold teams, and then because they're on the field for so long, they get exhausted. Because in the second half this year, we've been awful. We haven't put up any points. We've gone, I don't even know the number of 3-and-outs. I'd actually love to look up the number of 3-and-outs we've had this year.
Sounds like one team's making adjustments and the other one isn't.
Yeah, we're not making. Besides the Rams, we made adjustments for the Rams. Yeah.
How sideways does it have to go for you to fire your head coach?
I don't want to get rid of Sirianni.
Sirianni's not getting fired this year.
What if you go 4-13?
I don't want to get rid of Sirianni.
He just won a Super Bowl a year ago.
Yeah.
They'll give him at least one
would
more
you
year.
get rid of the offensive coordinator?
I would have fired him yesterday. Actually, I would have fired him after game one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it only has to go sideways a little bit more for Hunter to be done with the offensive coordinator.
I would be done with the OC at this point too.
He does not know how to He does not know how to run their offense.
We got to move on from the Eagles.
Yeah, we do.
All right. So I'm going to go through.
Eagles.
I'm going to read stuff and say what happened this weekend. If you guys want to stop and talk about it, let me know. We'll just talk about the AFC North as a whole. The Pittsburgh Steelers have taken a commanding lead in that division. The Baltimore Ravens are still faltering. Yes, they had Cooper Rush and Tyler Huntley playing quarterback for them this weekend against the Rams. Defense actually kept them in the game for quite a bit of it.
That's because they had Humphrey back. Hamilton was healthy again.
Puka got hurt.
I have to. Puka got hurt. I have to give it to the Ravens a little bit, or actually a lot of it. 90%.
Yeah, they're 1-5. Let's give them credit.
90% of their defense is injured right now. They have the injury bug so bad. I think their entire defensive line is backups. But that's not the reason.
Their
why
MVP quarterback is also out as well. So that doesn't help.
It doesn't help.
The Ravens bad right now, and
I don't see them making the playoffs at this point.
No, I don't think that they even.
1-5 is very difficult to come back from.
It's very difficult to come back. They have
they
would have to win out.
Error is tiny now, right? And Lamar's coming back, but now you can't lose a game, right?
They have a bye this week to maybe get a little bit healthier and see where it goes from there. But if they have to basically go, we said 1-5, they have to go 10-1 over their next few games.
Yeah, so I don't think it happens realistically.
Their schedule gets a tiny bit manageable, but at the end of the day, the Steelers are clicking. We
have 9-1, by the way, not 10-1.
What?
Yeah, 9-1. Yeah.
Well, no, wait. Wouldn't that be?
They're 1-5.
No. Wait.
He plays 17 games. One bye.
No, 10-1 would make them 11-6.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Wow. Hold on. I did bad math there. Yeah.
That's right. I called you on the last episode.
I did do bad math there.
We're good.
I did do bad math there.
We continue.
Yeah. Yeah. What?
Are we moving on from the Ravens?
Yeah.
No.
They don't deserve more
time. Two more things. Everyone was saying, is this the end of King Henry? No, not the end of King Henry. The Ravens just realized that they should run the ball with him again, and look what happens when they run the ball with Derrick Henry.
Okay, they ran the ball with him the last two games, and he
no,
got
they
stuffed.
did not, dude. The last game he had 7 rushing attempts.
Why are we arguing about a 1-5 team? Goodness, guys.
Okay, wait. I want to say I'm not saying Derrick Henry's washed. I'm saying they still ran the ball and he wasn't effective, but it's because of the offensive line. I'm not blaming
low hanging fruit. Well, their offensive line isn't good, So
And the
horrendous.
only other thing I will say is they should have started Tyler Huntley in the beginning over Cooper Rush.
Yes, Cooper
Yeah,
Rush is
no
better.
doubt. Yeah.
All right.
Agreed.
Sunday morning, we had yet another international game, and we have another one this weekend. The Broncos won probably the ugliest game of the season against the Jets. Justin Fields got sacked, I believe, off the top of my head, 9 times. I'm checking right now. 9 times for 55 yards. He ended up with like 40 yards net or negative yards net passing, I think, or something
Negative
like that.
10,
It was
negative 10 passing yards.
horrendous.
That's awful.
So he hasn't won a game still.
No. And it's crazy because the week 1 against the Steelers, Fields looked like he was going to be a stud this season, and now that entire team is
terrible.
crash and burn.
I mean, look,
And now the defense looks good.
He played pretty good against the Cowboys as well. I mean, Cowboys have a crap defense, but I think that there's a lot going on with the Jets right now. I don't think that the losses are all on Justin Fields.
No, Aaron Glenn's terrible coach.
Yeah, their defense.
How long does he
is
make
bad.
it?
No, he gets fired after next week, I think.
You think if they lose to the Panthers at home, he could get fired? Yes.
But the Panthers are hot.
Yeah, the Panthers are playing really well right now. Well, actually, let's get right into them. Panthers go into, I believe they were, they were at home, sorry. But the Panthers won a home game. Rico Dowdle, once again, is looking like, if we're talking about fantasy, one of the pickups of the year already. And I think he's going to retain starting duties even when Chuba comes back. He ran angry. The Cowboys cut him, and he ran angry, and he won that game for the Panthers.
Bryce Young is looking better too, by the way.
I knew Bryce Young was going to look better this year. Tep finally found the end zone this game twice. Yeah, for his first 2 touchdowns of the NFL career. And that's exactly what I thought coming into the year that he was going to be for Bryce Young, was the end zone target. And this game finally showed that. Rico Dowdle, what a beast. I mean, I don't think that he will just retain the starting role. I think it'll be a split field, probably like 60-40 when Chuba comes back. But I think eventually Rico takes over majority of the snaps if he continues to play like this.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. All right. We're all good there?
Let's roll.
Okay. Seahawks and Jaguars, I believe, was the only 1 o'clock game between winning teams. Seahawks won that game. Jackson Smith-Njigba is looking like a top 3 to 5 wide receiver in all of the NFL right now. Him and Darnold, money. And the Jaguars offense just struggled. Yeah, Seahawks are a good football team.
So can we now say that it's not Sam Darnold being put into the right situation? Because he has now been good on multiple teams.
Yep.
Sam Darnold is a good.
He was horrendous for the Jets, and who else? Or was it just the Jets?
No, he was on. Wasn't he on one other team? Because he went from the Jets to the Vikings.
Wasn't he on the Panthers?
Who else was he on?
I think it was the Panthers.
Was it the Panthers? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the Panthers. But yeah, both teams were.
And then the Seahawks. Yeah.
Both teams were dumpster fires while they were there. All right, moving on. Colts stay hot. Needed a miracle, honestly, to pull out a win against Jacoby Brissett.
Most of that game.
No. So their offense was humming on all cylinders, and their defense looked terrible. And that's the one thing is most of their secondary is injured right now, so they have to get healthy if they want to compete at the highest level. I still think they're a top 6 team in the NFL currently, but their defense needs to heal up a bit.
That's fair.
Patriots take care in the worst officiated game I have ever seen in my life. I don't know if you guys have seen any of the controversy from that game. We won't get into it, but look up some replays of that game. Terrible.
Drake May, though, he's the future of the Patriots.
Yes.
He's the real deal.
The Patriots somehow did it again. Found another.
I'd put him top,
stud.
I think he's a top 5 player as top 5 quarterback right now in the NFL.
I think he's definitely a top 32 quarterback.
That's a really good assessment.
I think he is a starting.
Well, there's a couple guys who I don't think are, but we're not going to get into that.
That's fair. All right. They look good. As we already said, Rams won, beat the Ravens. Not too impressive. Chargers needed a little bit of a miracle after their defense collapsed late.
Go back to the Rams. There is something.
Yeah, go back to the Rams.
Puka.
There you go, Hunter. Go ahead.
Puka's fine. He's day to day.
Yeah, but that's huge. If he doesn't play next week, that's a big loss for them.
We'll definitely keep an eye on it as a fantasy owner. That's for sure.
Yes. Yeah. And him and Devontae, like Matt Stafford, anything and I will say myself, I was really scared of this back injury of him getting hurt, and it kept me away from drafting Puka and Devontae in every league I was in. I was wrong. His back looks completely fine, and he's playing like he usually does.
Yep, definitely a top 32 quarterback.
Okay. Honestly, let's get that on a T-shirt. Just top 32 quarterback, and then it has the name. It has a name at the back.
32 Jalen Hurts just by
It has 32 names, and then at the bottom it just says not Jalen Hurts.
That's good. All right. Raiders won a game. They got the Titans head coach fired. I feel terrible for Cam Ward. He got put into a dumpster fire of an organization. And
he's not helping, though. I mean, he's not playing well.
Did you see the play where he got strip sacked within a second of dropping?
Well, yeah, I understand that, but he's not playing even when he rarely does have.
That's fair. I feel like he's played fine for the situation he's been given, but you're right. He hasn't elevated their situation, but the situation.
I mean, everyone was expecting
top 32, not top 32.
I like Cam Ward comes in and. Everyone was like, oh, he's going to be a huge step forward from Will Levis. It's definitely a step forward from Will Levis. I mean, he's not making these awful turnovers like Will Levis was, but he's not this all-star that everyone thought he was going to be.
But they're not helping him either.
Crap situation that he was put into. Calvin Ridley is just not a star wide receiver to have. So, I mean, they don't really have anything going for them. So I feel.
And Callahan was a terrible coach. I'm just going to put that out there.
Yeah. Well, he's gone, and we got Mike McCoy at the helm now. Did you guys see, I saw this on Twitter, there was a statistic that since 2016, every team that has drafted a quarterback with number 1 overall has fired their coach within 2 years.
Wow. I mean, did you see that when they started out 0-3, the play calling got relinquished to the QB coach, Bo Hardigree or whatever his name is?
Yeah, that's a name I have never heard before.
The Titans and everybody can get mad at me in the comments and on social media, whatever. They should have never fired Mike Vrabel. That was stupid.
Did they fire him or did he quit?
I thought they fired Mike Vrabel.
I'm pretty sure they fired him.
They fired him?
Yeah.
That was how long ago was that? Like 3 years ago?
Yeah, and they've been terrible ever since.
Yeah, they have been terrible since got rid of him, and he's looking like a really good head coach for the New England Patriots. So we had the Bucs win an injury fest. And not necessarily guys that got injured during the game, but a bunch of injuries coming in. Big news coming out of Tampa Bay here. Emeka Egbuka will probably miss a week or two with a hamstring injury. There is the potential for him to go on IR that I have seen, but no announcement has been made yet. That is also a young and budding superstar, much like Jackson Smith-Njigba, who looks like a perennial top 3 to 5 guy in the NFL over the next decade.
Hunter, what do they have in common?
Injury.
Say it again.
What does Jackson Smith-Njigba and Emeka Egbuka have in common?
Well, I feel like you're going to tell me that they came from the same college, and you're going to ask me.
Yeah, where'd they go?
And I'm not going to tell you.
You should know. Where's wide receiver you?
Ohio State.
Ohio State. I was going to say.
Okay, Hunter. Trivia in the episode again. Name 3 more wide receivers from the Ohio State University.
Can I go?
In the NFL. No. You know this. I know this. He's got to get it.
No, I'm not going to be able to do this. I didn't start watching college football besides Penn State until this year.
Garrett Wilson.
Cool.
Chris Olave. And Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yep, Marvin Harrison Jr.
They also, they have Curtis Samuel.
Marvin Harrison Jr., speaking of, is hurt.
Yes, he got a concussion last game and left early.
So, fantasy owners, once again, keep an eye out because I have him. I have to pull him out of my lineup. I have to figure out who's going to be his replacement.
Yep. And the Niners, not to jinx this or anything, McCaffrey's been the only guy on that offense to be able to stay healthy. I probably did just jinx it, but
you probably did because McCaffrey has injury.
But I also feel like they are. I saw a meme about this. They're sacrificing everyone else to keep McCaffrey healthy this year.
That's
also Mac Jones.
Mac Jones
looks not great.
Mac Jones looks better than Brock Purdy.
Mac Jones looked better than Brock Purdy, and Mac Jones has looked like a good
Mac Jones certified top 32.
Yes.
No. First of all, that's me. I created that. So I'll decide if he's certified top 32.
I mean, your top 32s are iffy.
What do you mean iffy? Jalen Hurts has looked like a JV quarterback the last couple weeks.
JV when you're coming from a Super Bowl, but that's still here.
We're done with Mac Jones. Let's go Packers.
In the past is like a thing that will always happen.
It was 1 year ago. He can live in it for as long as he wants. Packers beat the Bengals. No surprise there. Okay. Bengals actually showed a little bit more offensive prowess, and their defense stepped
Yeah,
up.
because they
The
got
Packers,
Joey Flacco.
I'm sure.
Yeah, the Packers
I'm
just
sure Jamar Chase owners
Yeah.
are happy. He's finally had 2 games in a
Yep.
row over 20
Yep.
points. Chase Brown.
Yes, I am
still
happy.
great
Thank
right
you.
now.
I am happy.
All right. We have the Falcons kind of, I'll say, upsetting the Bills. Bills have the injury bug as well.
What do you mean kind of upsetting the not really.
Also,
I'm doing
I
this.
want to start
Bunch of
hearing,
injuries,
I want to start
away
hearing the
game.
shade on Josh Allen. I want to start hearing the shade on Josh Allen.
I will say
Josh
Josh
Allen
Allen
had one bad
certified
game
top
this year.
32 quarterback, but he has not looked like the certified top 5 quarterback he usually is.
Wait, what?
Okay.
He played well except for this game.
Well, he didn't play well this game, did he?
Yeah, no, I know. And
We're
that's
talking
because
about right now, buddy.
Right
I'm
this
talking
second.
about over the course of the. We're talking
Right now.
okay. If we're talking about week 6, I'll agree with you. If we're talking about this season, he's been a top 5 quarterback.
Well, that's not hard to do this year. I don't even think freaking Mahomes is top 3 this year.
Mahomes is second in MVP voting behind Allen, and Mahomes
Yeah, but
is
that's
actually
a popularity contest. I
Dude,
hate
Baker Mayfield
Yeah.
should win MVP.
Baker Mayfield
Honestly,
has
Baker's
been playing.
outplayed Mahomes this year.
And
Let's
Allen.
talk about it.
Baker
Baker's
Mayfield
outplayed
is
every
the
quarterback
top QB this year, right now.
Okay,
he
so
is
my
the best
point
QB
is-
in the league right now.
I'll agree with you. Okay.
Mahomes
The
should not
Bears-
be in MVP talks right now with how he's playing. He
No,
should not.
not a chance.
Okay. All right, Bears. Another game-winning play against the Commanders. 2
Caleb
straight
Williams,
seasons.
certified top 32 quarterback.
I don't know why he couldn't have thrown the ball to Odunze more last night, but hey, we'll
Just 2 more.
It pissed me
receptions
off a little
man.
bit. I'm not going to lie.
2 receptions, 19 yards. That's all we needed, guys. That's all we needed.
Jeez.
But Luther Burden stepped up a little bit. He's looking like a promising rookie as they get him more accustomed to the offense. And also, that game was a rain fest last night, so it was disgusting to watch.
Luther Burden,
and then the last
certified top 64 wide receiver.
Yes.
There you go.
Certified top 64. And then the last game that I'm getting into, kind of the heavyweight matchup of the week, we had the Lions losing in Kansas City to the Chiefs. I don't think too much to say there. The Chiefs just kind of dominated that game.
Arrowhead's a tough place to
when
play.
they wanted to. Yeah.
The thing that sucks is the Chiefs needed that win, and now with Rashee Rice coming back, they're gonna start to ramp things up again.
Can confirm Rashee Rice is definitely a top 3 wide receiver on the Chiefs.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, are we sure about that, dude? They got
can
Hollywood
confirm
Brown.
I can confirm it. I've already confirmed it.
Top 12 in his division, though.
I would give him top 32 in the division, not top 12.
If he's healthy, I think he might genuinely be the best guy in their division as well, because the Raiders don't have wide receivers.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers is just a workhorse.
Chargers are all like, I mean, I would put Rashi over McConkey, and McConkey's probably the best one on the Chargers.
Okay, well,
right now.
I'm putting Quentin Johnson.
You
Sutton?
put
over
Rashee
both.
Rice over Lad McConkey.
From what I
putting
small sample
QJ
size, from what I
over
saw
both.
last year, yes.
I'm putting QJ over both.
From Quentin Johnson's sample size, it shows that he's had a few good games. The first year or 2 of his career, he couldn't catch a football.
That's
Dude,
right,
Antonio
and he made
Brown
adjustments.
He was better than freaking Rashee Rice.
You say Antonio Brown what?
With CTE was better than Rashee Rice, bro.
He had CTE his whole career. That doesn't help.
No, he didn't. Dude, like his first 5 years with the Steelers, he was actually a normal human.
It wasn't until he got targeted on that one
Vontaze.
game. Yeah.
Vontaze Burfict literally rearranged this guy's
Comeback.
brain.
Yes. All right, Hunter, it's your turn to shine. What do we got here?
All right. So this is probably going to be the last week I do it this way. I think I want to change it up a little bit next week because I keep doing, studs and duds of the previous week. So it's going to be the last week of that. Next week's studs and duds are going to be who I think are going to be studs and duds of the upcoming week. Might even throw a little start sit, maybe work it around. I don't know. If you have ideas, give it to me. I think the studs and duds of the last week, a little overrated, but I came up with the segment, so I can't be complaining. All right, so my studs of the week, we already talked about 2 of them already, but Rico Dowdle's revenge game, absolutely dominated, over 200 yards from the line of scrimmage again, second week in a row. So if he wasn't already picked up in your league, somehow, some way, add him to your bench because he could take over for Chuba Hubbard. Next guy on the list, Michael Penix and Drake London, finally figuring it out. Drake London on this list, second week in a row. I think second week in a row. Yeah.
Second week.
Yeah, put up over 25, 30 points this week. Had over 140 yards. Then you got Cam Scatterbo, who didn't put up really that many rushing yards at all. He just had 3 touchdowns. So good for Cam Scatterbo. Sucks for the Eagles. Odds of the week. Quinshad Judkins. After his first 3 games being back, he was putting up over 75 rushing yards a game. This week finished with about 20 because they just went straight to the passing game, being down. A.K. Dobbins got absolutely shut down, was held to about 40 yards this week. No receiving game whatsoever. And then the other guy who saw a downfall this week and might continue to see it if Charbonnet didn't really do anything either, but Kenneth Walker put up a stinker of 4 points this week. And I'm going to throw an honorable mention in there. He didn't like stink, but he stunk for what he should be. Jahmyr Gibbs put up only 7 points this week when he's been averaging 18 to 20 every week. So those are my studs and duds of the week. Again, I'll probably switch it up next week with something for the following week coming up, to give you guys a little hint for your fantasies. And then my pickup of the week, the guy who will be leading the Chargers running offense moving forward until we get Hampton back, pick up Vidal. He will be the guy that showed this week, so go at him off the waivers, especially if you need someone at running back. He will be a good pickup. I'll throw in an honorable mention pickup as well. Tez Johnson, with Emeka out, he could be the guy for Baker Mayfield to go to.
I'm disgusted. I picked up Hassan Haskins in 2 leagues because that's who everyone was saying to pick up because he's a primary running guy. And Vidal is going to be the pass catching back. And I'm like, all right. And then, yeah, everyone in my leagues has Vidal at this point. Everyone who didn't get Haskins got Vidal.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone who picked up second in the waiver wires got bailed out. Actually, he's just the much better running back, too. I don't know why I thought a 6'2" Hassan Haskins would be a good NFL running back. Like, I looked and I saw he was 6'2". I'm like, if I would have seen his measurables before the pickup, I would have been like, I don't think there's ever been a running back this tall, this good. Like, Derrick Henry's only like 6 foot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he's like 240 pounds of all muscle, and he'll run you over, except Cooper DeJean.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Let's move on to our best bets and our underdogs of the week. I want to hear Phil's underdog of the week. Is it going to be?
We got to go over the standings first, and then Phil.
Sorry, I'm jumping the gun.
That's fair. Well, we will start with Phil because he is in the lead. He is up 2.3 units. Hunter is up 0.3 units, and the Dolphins kind of hurt me this weekend with that game-losing field goal. I am down 3.1, so I am down a substantial amount of units at this current point in time. Winning 1 and tailing behind in the next one. So, Phil, you're our leader. Give us your picks for the weekend.
Underdogs. Favorite underdog is Giants. Take a money line. They're 7.5 point underdogs. Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterbo, man, they've changed that culture. They're at least going to be competitive in every game just because those guys have that fiery competitiveness in them. So take them this week. It's a bigger money line. So, sprinkle a little bit on there because I think it's got a good shot at hitting. And then best bet, Vikings money line against the Eagles. So there you
go. Not even the spread, just the money
really
line.
Doesn't need an explanation.
Not even the spread, just the money line, just straight disrespect.
The money line.
It's
2.5's a dumb spread to pick.
He's continuing with his streak, so can't hate the guy. He would have taken him as the underdog if they were set at more than 2.5.
Facts.
All right, Hunter, who you got?
All right, so I went back and forth. I was between the Giants and this team. I think that the Giants are on a little bit of a roll. I just think that the Broncos defense is really good, and Bo Nix can put up some points against that crappy Giants defense. So I didn't go with them. I went with another team. Might regret choosing it because of injuries, but I went with the Bucks money line over the Lions. If they were healthy, fully healthy, do you guys know if Bucky will be back? I haven't seen any updates on that.
I don't think Bucky is playing. I saw he was doubtful.
Yeah, he's not back yet.
So this might be a bad choice then. But I still like Baker Mayfield a lot. So give me Bucks. They are set at, I think, plus 5.5, but the money line is plus 205. And then my best bet is taking over 39.5 in the Giants-Broncos game at minus 115. I'm sticking with my over-unders for my best bets. I'm almost perfect with them. If I had just picked right in the Eagles-Rams game instead of saying under, instead of over, I would be, I think, perfect in my over-unders.
All right. No, I like those. And just for anyone that's listening and kind of keeping track of the units too, basically if it's minus 110, minus 115, I'm not rounding it to the hundreds. We're just doing tenths of a unit. So every win is a 0.9 for the best bets typically, unless you pick like a money line or something like that. And then obviously you just add the units for the best bet or underdog. So I am with Phil here. I'm taking the Giants. I just didn't see a lot on the board that I liked. And the Broncos offense looked very stagnant against what I don't deem to be a really good Jets defense. Like, I don't think it's that good. I think the Giants actually probably have a better defense than the Jets. So
No,
I'm going to roll with
I
that.
don't know if I would say they have a better defense than the Jets.
They're
I'm
in
not
the
going to
same
say they
tier.
don't.
They're in the same
I'm not
tier.
gonna say they
They're
don't.
fighting
say that.
for like 31 and 32 right now.
Exactly.
So
I will
if
say
the
they're
Giants,
both barely top 32 defenses.
so if the Giants can play decent defense, I think they can score 13 to win a football games. Yeah, I'm going to roll with them. And then my best bet, this is another principal pick here. I don't actually have the line out yet. It will be on our graphic, but I'm saying it right now. Line will probably be like 110 or something like that. I'm going to take, after Hunter named him as a dud last week, I'm going to take Quinshon Judkins and his rushing over. And my reasoning for that is going to be, do you guys know who they're playing?
No, I didn't see who the Browns playing.
Judkins plays on the Browns, you dunce.
I said, who do the Browns play?
They play the Miami Dolphins. And if there's one thing I know about the Miami Dolphins rush defense, it is the worst in the NFL.
I think we should outlaw player props.
What?
Yeah,
Why?
so because actually, honestly, you need all the help you can get. My goodness.
I don't think we should
Why would we outlaw?
I don't think
Why would we outlaw
You're
player
allowed to
props?
play
Well, are
for a
you taking
reason,
his
bud.
over in rushing yards or his over in total rushing and
Yeah.
receiving?
That's a good
No,
question. Rushing or
No, I'm taking his over for rushing yards. So whatever his over under is set at, I will have as a graphic. They just don't release lines this early in the week.
Okay, that was my question, whether
I
you're
did-
doing over in his
Yeah.
rushing or over in
I did
total
this
yards.
with someone earlier this year, and I think they were playing the Steelers. I forget who it was specifically, and I lost that anyways. So, yeah. All right, guys. That is the end of our NFL episode. Keep a lookout. We will have some of these videos circulating, shorts from this episode and from our college football episode. I will be releasing those on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram like I did a couple weeks ago. Been a little bit of a hiatus. I really don't like posting clips when there's just two of us on the podcast, if I'm being honest, but we have all three of us back, so I will be posting this week. Thank you guys for always tuning in, listening to us. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Boys, got anything to say before we leave?
Thanks, y'all. Love y'all. And I'll give a high five to anyone in the comments can tell me what bone this is. This is what I do for work. But anyway, appreciate you all listening in. This is another good episode. Feel free to reach out to us in the comments. I really want to know kind of moving forward what I should do instead of the studs and duds of the past week. But I'll catch y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace out.